The next 24 hours will tell you more about yourself than your biggest dream will. Not because one day changes everything, because one day exposes everything. It exposes what you protect. It exposes what you avoid. It exposes whether your standards only exist when the mood is perfect. Anybody can describe the life they want. The Forge does not listen to descriptions. It watches the next day. You already know the life you keep saying you want. More freedom, more money, more skill, more control over your time, more proof that you are not just meant for the routine you inherited. You can see the version of you that wakes up earlier, finishes the work, keeps the promise, builds the offer, ships the draft, studies the skill, closes the open loop before the day goes cold. But then the ordinary day arrives. No dramatic music, no clean beginning, no perfect schedule, no audience waiting to admire your discipline. Just a phone, a tired body, a task you keep delaying, a room full of small escapes, and a clock that does not care what you announced yesterday. That is where most people lose the future. Not in a great failure, not in a public collapse, not in one obvious moment of weakness. They lose it in the next 24 hours. They keep promising a different life while practicing the same day. And eventually, the practiced day wins. In the Forge, steel is not judged by what it says it will become. Steel is judged by what it holds under heat. You can sketch a perfect blade. You can name it. You can imagine the shine. You can tell everyone what it will be used for. But when the metal enters the fire, the truth comes out. If the structure is weak, it bends. If the heat is too much, it warps. If the strikes are inconsistent, the shape gets confused. The next 24 hours are that fire. They are not glamorous. They are not a full life transformation. They are not the whole empire. They are the smallest honest test. Can you keep one promise when the day is inconvenient? Can you finish one task when nobody rewards you? Can you refuse one escape when the old version asks to be fed? Can you leave one piece of proof before sleep? That is not a productivity trick. That is identity evidence. Most people treat identity like a feeling. They wait to feel focused. They wait to feel serious. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel like the kind of person who can carry the dream life. But the few learn the harder order. You do the day first. Then the identity starts believing you. The old version of you is not defeated by one speech. It is defeated by repeated proof. One clean hour, one finished page, one protected block, one saved outline, one offer drafted, one client message sent, one lesson studied when comfort would have been easier. That is how steel remembers its shape. This is why the next 24 hours matter so much. They remove the fog. They show you whether the dream is a real standard or just a beautiful escape. They show you whether you want the life or only the fantasy of being admired for wanting it. They show you whether your ambition can survive the ordinary. Because the ordinary is where the future is made. Not in the mood, not in the announcement, not in the perfect plan. In the hour you keep after the excitement leaves. In the choice you make after the day has already annoyed you. In the boring evidence you leave where nobody is watching. The Forge is quiet because it does not need your explanation. It only needs the metal. And today, the metal is your next 24 hours. So here is the practical turn. Do not redesign your entire life tonight. That is often just another way to avoid the one thing you already know. Choose one proof task. One task that would make tomorrow respect today. It must be specific. It must be finishable. It must leave evidence. Not, I need to get serious. Say, I will write the first 500 words. Not, I need to build my business. Say, I will draft the offer and send it to one real person. Not, I need to learn AI. Say, I will complete one lesson and save the notes in one place. Not, I need to get my life together. Say, I will clear the desk, plan tomorrow, and protect the first work block. Then build the next 24 hours around that proof. Use 3 rules. First, decide before the day starts. If you wait until the day is already loud, the old version gets to negotiate. Write the proof task before sleep. Put it where you will see it. Make it too clear to reinterpret. Second, remove the easiest escape. Do not pretend willpower is a strategy. Put the phone in another room. Close the tab. Move the distraction. Tell the comfortable habit it does not get the first vote. Third, finish before you polish. The forge does not need a perfect first strike. It needs a real one. Get the draft down, make the call, send the message, finish the rep, save the outline, leave the proof. You can improve it later. But tonight, the point is evidence. The next 24 hours do not need to impress the world. They need to tell the truth to you. Listen carefully. The version of you that wins is not waiting for a magical week. It is waiting for one day you finally keep. One day where the old excuses do not get to command the room. One day where the dream life stops being a private fantasy and becomes a visible receipt. You do not need to prove your whole future tonight. You need to prove the next promise. That is enough heat for today. So make the vow simple. For the next 24 hours, I will not negotiate with the version of me that keeps delaying my life. I will choose one proof task. I will finish it. I will leave evidence. No performance. No speech. No apology. One day in the furnace. One strike kept. One receipt left behind.